Hey guys, it's the History Nerd, and we are here taking a look at a new game from the company that brought us things like Atlantic Fleet and Pacific Fleet on tablets, I think. I don't know if that ever made it to PC. Cold Waters! It's a new submarine game. What? Now, I know from all the comments I've received, a lot of you have already seen this. For those who haven't seen it yet, yeah, it's a new submarine game. It's kind of, I mean, I don't know all the technical details behind this, but it feels like it's kind of in the same engine as Atlantic Fleet, but you control one ship, and there's lots of stuff to do. Highly recommend it if you do get the game. Do all the training missions first. Even if you do all the training missions, you will make a lot of mistakes when you try out your first campaign. The first one I did, I got into a combat. I got a contact on some surface ships escorted by some submarines. So we go in, and the mission starts as it always does, and you guys will see that when I start a mission. I just want to tell this story. I'm an old man, let me tell my stories. And so a lot of keyboard commands are with Shift. And I got two of them confused. I got Shift A and Shift R confused. Now, Shift A is your active sonar, so you send out a ping. I just wanted to send out a single ping, see if I could see where anybody was. And Shift R lets go of all your ballast. So, looking to send out a single ping, I blew my ballast and surfaced well within range of a couple of destroyers. It was not good. There was no coming back from that one. It's a very difficult game. Well, I shouldn't say difficult. You guys will see. What we're going to do today, don't worry, I do want to do a campaign, and if we take a look at the campaigns, there's two of them. So it's a hypothetical situation where NATO and the Warsaw Pact go to war. You can see we've got the North Atlantic in 1984 and 1968. So 84 is nice because you've got like homing torpedoes and a big Los Angeles class nuclear submarine. 68 is a little different. There's the torpedoes are more like, you know, dummy fire. You better have it on the right track. So, yeah, 68 is a bit more difficult. 84 is hard enough. What we're going to do today is we're going to go back. We're going to do a single mission. So, taking a look at this. The game comes with quite a few missions. Well, 10 missions. So, that's more than enough. Today, I don't know if we're going to do a duel. Here's what we'll do. We'll do on a routine barrier patrol. You make contact with a wolf pack of diesel-electric subs trying to break out into the western approaches. And doesn't that sound incredibly familiar? Duke it out with the enemy subs and make sure they don't escape. So, whoa, back. What are we in? What are we in command of? Don't do Let's Plays without morning caffeine, because that's what I'm doing today. So we've got a ton of submarines. I don't know what's on tap for this mission in particular, but you see we got a Permit class nuclear attack sub, a Los Angeles class nuclear attack sub. It looks like these all have the same torpedo loadouts. So far that's good. We've got a Sturgeon nuclear attack sub, a Skipjack. So we'll go. It wants me to do this in a Permit. We'll do this in a Permit. So we got our loadouts here. MK-48 torpedoes, decoys, UGM-84 missiles, TASM and TLAM missiles. Keeping memory of all your armaments. Keeping a memory of them. Yeah, there's a lot to remember in this game. So we'll go ahead, we'll take this ship, we'll accept. From Sub Land, I'm imagining that's, you know, the commander of the submarine forces in the Atlantic. To Commander Thomas Chesterton. Info, Sink Lance Fleet. There we go. Subject, new command assignment. Effective immediately, you are hereby assigned command of the Permit class submarine. The, the USS Plunger. Congratulations and good luck. All right. That's a good sign. The Plunger. So we'll just get loaded up here. Before every contact in your campaign, you get a screen like this. Just gives you a little bit of information. We got the new sonar contacts bearing 221 designated Sierra 1. We are at a depth of 313 feet. It is clear and light and breeze, or clear with a light breeze. Our heading is 252 and they're on a bearing of 221. Moderate surface duct. Our speed is 5 knots and the moderate thermal layer is at 359 feet. All hands battle stations. So let's take a look at what's going on. You can see it was the 15th of March, 1984. Here's the Plunger! Alright, so, man, okay. My microphone is blocking half the screen here. So, what do we got going on? We can see here on our mini-map, we've got the 2 contacts there. Okay? And if we go up, you can see it looks a lot like Atlantic Fleet on the surface. But of course, we're a submarine. We're not spending time on the surface. So let's take a look at our conditions. You can see we are right above the moderate duct layer. So we, it's a highly technical thing about how like surface temperatures and conditions of water create a layer where above it and below it, it's like you can't really communicate that well. I think that's how that works. I don't really know. It's all sciencey. I don't know. We got some signatures out here. So you can see right now we're tuned into the contact 1. And what we can do using the, is it these? So using the colon and quote keys, we can cycle through all of the different possible contacts we have to match the engine signal. Now, we're not really getting a clear picture on numero 1 there, but we can see that we got 3 lines lining up nicely there. And I think there's another one here. So if we take a look at this, now it's not a Foxtrot SSN. It's not a Romeo SSN. But I'd be willing to bet these are whiskeys. So what we can do, we can wait to see if this clears itself up as we continue on, but we could mark this guy as a whiskey. And we could take a look at this guy, and we could see that this guy is not having the same sort of engine signature. In fact, this guy's looking like a Romeo. We got the 2 lines closer there. We got this line, which I'm sure will show up, that lining up, and still nothing there. But we will call this guy a Romeo. So it looks like we got 2 different submarines we're going to be dealing with here. But we don't know that that's necessarily true. Now what we could do, just to see, we could send out a ping. So let's send out a ping. Just a single ping. That doesn't look like we're getting any echoes. So those guys... Oh, they're supposedly far higher up there. Alright, well, we might as well adjust course a little bit, which we can do with A and D. So you can see A, we've got our rudder shift set to 15 degrees. We tap D, we go that way. We can go up to 30 in both directions. So we got that going for us. That's nice. We can adjust well, the angle of our dive planes. So we can shift them up, so we can go up a bit. We can shift them down, so we can go down a bit. That's all lovely. I know. Let's get that back to 0. From the Silent Hunter days, adjusting dive planes wasn't something I really did. It's definitely something I do here. We can also adjust our ballast with the E and C keys. So if we tap E, you can see we get some positive ballast and our depth should start going up. If we get some negative ballast, our depth should stabilize and then start going down. Right? Yeah. So you can use your ballast adjustments in conjunction with speed and dive plane adjustments to move your submarine around. Lovely. Now, we know that these guys are here. At least I think we do. So we're just going to try and catch up with them. We're not going to go too quick. These guys are submarines. So, well, they're diesel-electric submarines, but chances are they'll still have some sort of way to identify us. You can see here, we've got our torpedo, or our armament selection. Now, unfortunately, when you look at these things, it doesn't, like, tell you what they do. So, you're going to need to remember the difference between the MK-48, the Moss, when it comes to torpedoes, and then your UGM-84, which are cruise missiles, I do believe, and then the TASM and the TLAM as well, which are totally different. We won't need those for this mission, obviously, because we're hunting submarines. We've also got some noisemakers, which you can deploy in a vain attempt to, well, maybe not vain attempt, but in an attempt to distract any incoming torpedoes on you. We've also got our damage control screen. So this is our entire submarine. And obviously when it takes damage, you will have to do repairs on there and things of that nature. So we're just going to continue trying to find these guys. The weird thing is, like, we've got the signatures. Oh, can we... We can't really see much of how these guys are maneuvering. But I do want to kind of pull myself down in on kind of an intercept course on that first submarine there, which might or might not be a whiskey. But the more this is coming into play, the more I'm thinking that's exactly what it is. So we're just going to try and get ourselves turned around on a good heading here. Whoops, too much rudder shift. And let's try another ping. Now you see what you would get with a return ping is, oh, hello. You moved up. So, let's try for a torpedo. So what you're going to want to do is hit spacebar when you're over on your mini-map. And so that'll bring up your firing solution. It's going to... I pointed with my hand. That's useless. You can see in the bottom right corner, the first torpedo tube there that's selected red. That's going to be the torpedo that fires. So what we can do is get it... The little blue dot there, as I struggle for words. That's going to be where this torpedo is going to activate. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull back a little bit. And so now our torpedo is going to go screaming out of here. At the moment, I do believe this thing's on a wire. I could be wrong on that. Okay, this might not be a wire. Oh, no, it is. It's still connected. So there are keys that allow you to maneuver this torpedo around. I don't remember what they are. Maybe if we hit a Shift F1. This is probably one of the easy, or one of the greatest screens in the game. Shift F1 brings up your help. I believe it pauses the game as well. But it'll go through all of your tips and things, and like, here's your wire-guided torpedoes. So this is what we've got going on now. Sophisticated weapons directly linked to fire control. Tube settings. I've got to remember to use active sonar on those torpedoes. So we can left click to edit the waypoint. We can activate the torpedo using 4, and then using the number pads we can steer it, provided the wire doesn't break. So as this guy's going along, we can hit 4. And then supposedly that's maneuvering the torpedo? I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. All that really matters here is that when you've got a guided torpedo like this guy, and I'm fairly confident this is a guided torpedo, what you want to do is fire in front of your target, not too far in front of your target, but you want to fire far enough ahead that when the thing activates, its, tracking system, it'll be able to pick up the target that you're going for. So you can see here, there's definitely a submarine that we know of, and in fact we could probably go check this guy out. So this little diesel electric here, he's well aware that a torpedo might be coming for him, possibly. We'll see. The big question is whether this guy is going to activate when he gets in range of this submarine. So let's see if he does. I'm not sure if it's the right kind of torpedo for this. If it isn't, then we're a little bit boned, because this won't be on a good intercept course. But it should be activating now, so you can see it's homing in. It picked up the target. And we've lost quote-unquote visual on it, but that's okay. The torpedo should still be coming. Oh, we can hear the launch of some sort of... There's a decoy. And now our torpedo is a little confused. It's probably going to be circling for the submarine to drop that. Now it says that we got a whiskey way over there, so now diesel electrics, they're not moving that quickly. Ah, look at that. That is a confirmed kill on that guy there. We can see the damage, the gloriousness of sending these poor crew to probably one of the worst ways to die. So let's head back with F1 to our submarine. And that's one sub taken care of, but we got a whole other one to go hunt down here. We got that Romeo way down there. And now I don't know why that's showing dead down there. And there's this, well, that's the noisemaker that got deployed, isn't it? So of course that noisemaker would still be, floating there making noise. Now, we want... I guess we must be rigged for silent running, which is fine. Obviously, you don't reload tubes when you're in silent running. So, let's straighten out. And let's acquire that target. Now, it's telling us that we can get a shot on that guy. So we might as well. And we can just go back to the sub and sort of watch as that torpedo travels away to its distance to try and pick up that last diesel electric submarine. Oh, I think there were 3 subs. I think. But we're only picking up 2. And we're not even seeing that Romeo very well. So, I mean, really now it's just a waiting game. Which, like all good submarines, this game has in abundance. And that's not a bad thing. This game can be pretty darn relaxing. In a sort of tense way. I realize that sounds incredibly impossible. But, yeah. It's a chill, relaxing, high-tense game. Moments of terror punctuated by long stretches of kind of quietly sailing, looking for your targets. And there is a reason I picked, this mission in particular. It's because I've had good luck hunting diesel electric submarines in a in a nuclear-powered submarine killer. Okay, so we've lost contact on that Romeo, which probably means he's gone under this layer, which would make sense. So what we'll do, well, that torpedo goes out, sees if it picks anything up, but what we'll do is we'll go down under the moderate layer. You can see we got a long way to go to the bottom. So that's fine. We can just slip under and then hopefully reacquire them. They've done one of two things. Gone to the surface or gone under. And I'm imagining, considering this whiskey was going lower, that these guys have gone under as well. So once we get below, we can hopefully pick them up again. We got this guy going. Who knows if it'll actually pick up on the target or not? Okay, so that layer, we are definitely below it now. Let's even out. And let's send out a ping. No target return. But we know this guy has to be down here. Now this torpedo's about to come into range where it's going to activate and hopefully find something. It's been a long trip, but I'm hoping... Oh, it's definitely picked up something. It's definitely found something. So that's good. Oh, it's definitely over there. It's dropped its noisemaker. So let's see. Can you spin it around and pick up on this guy? I'm going to say chances are pretty good that that answer is yes, unless you head for that decoy. You might be heading for the decoy. Oh, no, you're definitely not heading for the decoy. You're heading for something. But what? At the very least, we can now know that wherever our torpedo is, that's where we want to be heading. And that's sort of the direction we're going. So now we just need to reacquire that Romeo submarine, and we'll be all good. I have a feeling that torpedo is a bit confuzzled. It likes that noisemaker, but then it'll pick up something. Well, there's the Romeo. And there she be, sinking. Not necessarily... Oh, that is a different class of submarine than what we had. Okay. Well, that's 2 down. But now... we need to find the 3rd. So I'm going to kick up speed a bit. Well, maybe even more. We'll go ahead maneuver, or ahead standard. Which should get us up to around 15 knots, I think. Ooh, even faster. 16, 17. If there's one thing I really appreciate in video games between, you know, World War II diesel-electric subs and nuclear-powered submarines from the 80s, you can really get going at a good clip underwater. Oh, we got some stuff going on over there. More noisemakers. Well, that doesn't make much sense. Why would a submarine way over there be launching noisemakers? But I guess we might as well go check that out. It'd be one hell of a decoy to be way over there. Am I even going the right direction? I feel like I am. Let's see. Oops. Let's straighten that out. Yeah, now we're headed the right way. Oh, excuse me. Carbonated water for recording sessions. Might not be the best choice, but my god, is it ever delicious. We could send out a couple of sonar pings, I suppose. Because, I mean, if they're not close enough to return a signal, then they're not close enough to hear my signal, right? It's got to be how it works. Now, of course, with us going at a much faster rate, you can see that all of our background noise from our own engines running and things makes things incredibly difficult to get a good target. You can still see it, but you know, it's not as easy as one would like it to be. I wonder, did they go above the layer? Oh! We got something there. What is that? Okay, we're definitely going to switch us over to passive sonar. Oh, no, no, no. 1/3. I don't think that's coming for us. But I can't imagine what in the world that is doing out there. I mean, obviously it's not going to be coming for us. We can probably get back up to quick speed, or standard speed, not quick speed, or flank. We could go faster, but there's no reason to go flank speed just to cut across some sections of the ocean here into potentially dangerous waters. What is this doing? The only thing I could think of is that I'm not the only submarine in this mission hunting these subs, but it didn't say that I had friends. Well, that's definitely a plane above us. I don't know if it's friendly or... Oh, there is definitely something going on. What's this? Oh, that's not good. Okay. Let's send a decoy. And let's go deeper? Oh, God. No, 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 no. We're hit. Okay, well, let's... Let's take a look at damage control, shall we? Get back to the ship. So, we can see our ballast and reactor are not doing so good. So the first thing we're going to do is get people working on the ballast, which sounds maybe crazy. You would maybe think fixing the reactor would be the better bet, but I'd like to try and stay under for as long as possible, which means we're going to need our ballast tanks fixed. And so that's going to take some time as the repair crew focus in on that. And then we just have to hope that there's not any more targets. We got a red flashing thing right close to us, which is probably not good. Are we stabilized at 384? We are. Lovely. Okay. Which is just below the layer. The problem is, actually what I will do is see if we can float up above the layer. Maybe that third submarine came up above it. I don't like going too high up. All these aircraft flying above. We don't have any new contacts. Alright, we'll stay just above. Just above the thermal layer. Just for a moment. But I'm not seeing anything. Reactor and ballast repaired. Lovely. Our hull is still absolutely garbage. Okay, let's get back below this freaking layer that's getting buzzed by all sorts of airplanes. See, he dropped something there. No clue what it was that he dropped. I would guess some kind of noise detector. So we might want to stay below the moderate layer. Obviously, this last diesel electric sub is pulling in some air support, which is not fun. Who let them do that? Ahead maneuvering. And with airplanes dropping things, I don't think I want to send out a sonar ping. Is that finally rested? What a horrible way to die. Just horrible. Below 1,000 feet on the surface in a submarine. Slowly suffocating or drowning. Good God. Yeah, those airplanes above really make this annoying. Now, I suppose I could load up some sort of anti-air missile. I don't know if I have any. I don't think that I do. So, yeah, well, let's get that tube ready to go. Maybe that was more airplanes. But right now that's really all I have to go on for potential enemy locations. Let's just straighten that out. Is that actually the direction we want to be heading? No, not really. The permit? No, no, no. We're the plunger. I know it's childish to giggle at that. But come on. Who would name a submarine after the most ubiquitous toilet tool? I mean, I get it. Plunger has more than one meaning. But still, my juvenile mind went to toilet tool. No idea where this last guy is. And I'm fairly confident. Let's see. Oh, we're ready to leave. This whole time. Was there only two? There was only two! Well, mission accomplished. 2 enemy ships sunk, 2 torpedoes shot. That's not bad. I mean, the damage we took after, pretty unnecessary. But, yeah, so that's the first mission. I will be probably starting next week. I'd like a little bit more time with the game to get a handle on things. But I will be starting a 1984 campaign next Sunday. So, yeah, Submarine Sundays returning to the channel, which I hope all you guys are excited for. And I realize there hasn't been a lot going on with the channel. If all you care about is the upcoming episode, then you know what? We'll see you guys next week. Yeah, it's just going to be a little rant from me now, but where I've been lately. Because, yeah, the channel's been pretty freaking dead. There's a reason for that. I've been enjoying not doing it, is basically all it is. The past little while, I've been struggling to find games that translate well to Let's Plays and that I also enjoy playing. And, like, I was hoping Crusader Kings 2 would do it, but I don't really have... When I come home from work or when it's the weekend, I don't have an urge to play Crusader Kings 2, and I gotta be enjoying what I'm doing for you guys. So, yeah, there's just not really been that many things that I've been like, hey, I want to play that. This game's one of them, though. I think this will fit perfectly in as a Silent Hunter replacement, which the channel's been sorely needing. And I think this can fill it, you know, for the foreseeable future, for sure. That being said, when that campaign happens, I'm totally going to be needing all of your guys' help in understanding what I'm doing wrong, how to play the game better, tactics, you name it. I'm going to need your help. So I'll be looking in the first couple of episodes for assistance in the comments. We get names, like we get ship names assigned, but you know what? I am going to need a ton of captain names because I have a feeling a lot of these captains are going to die in the initial stages of this upcoming series. So, yeah, we'll be doing that start next week. One thing with Cold Waters, and I'll mention it in next week's episode, but I might as well throw it out here now. When Killerfish Games sent me the review copy, they noted in the email that they are planning on adding a Soviet campaign to the game, and I'm really looking forward to that. Not just because I got a track record of playing quote-unquote the baddies on the channel, but the way the campaigns set themselves up, either 68 or 84, it's the Soviet Union on the offensive, and I love the idea of being on the offensive and like going out and hunting NATO convoys and things of that nature. Like, I like the sound of that. I'm going to be looking forward to the NATO campaign, though, stopping the Red Menace to start. But Killerfish Games have said that a Soviet campaign will be coming out, and I am very much looking forward to seeing the Soviet campaign come out. This would be like the first submarine game I've played where you can play both sides, and that is just awesome. I'm excited. So, with that done, thumbs up if you have enjoyed. today's episode. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, captain names, what have you below. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.